Jeb Bush has started to respond to Donald Trump's taunts, but he's being so restrained that he often avoids using the Donald's name. Trump, meanwhile, is battering Bush in one interview after another, leading to coverage that can seem rather one-sided.
I was born in Laredo, Texas, where Trump was at about a month ago.
We have to talk about this guy.
And, well,
This guy is now the front runner. He should be held to account, just like me. He should be asked, as he was yesterday, how are you going to pay for it?
Here's a guy larger than life. It's all about him, you know.
There's a reason he doesn't use his last name, because it's not going to work too well. Because we had a lot of problems with that last name.
Susan Frisch, I need to ask you about this guy. Is the coverage lopsided because Jeb is not a good counterpuncher, or because Trump and his attacks are dominating the coverage?
Well, I think it's the latter. I think Trump is just dominating the coverage with the way his performance, or as some people say, his antics on stage. He really knows how to draw the limelight to himself, and he knows how to really hit hard at the candidates. We have a really quiet group of Republicans underneath him. By comparison, Jeb Bush is pretty low key at the podium, or as Trump was saying, low energy, or whatever he was accusing him of being. And I do think it's drowned out the rest of the field at this point, and that is their biggest problem right now.
Well, Trump has now done 75-plus national TV interviews. Jeb has done a few, none for a couple of weeks. So is it unfair coverage if one guy is constantly talking to reporters, going on TV, calling into Howard Stern?
Let me just ask you, Howie Kurtz. This week, CNN carried a town hall meeting presentation by Donald Trump uninterrupted. I was like, what is going on here? Is this paid for?
Okay, it's not just CNN. Fox News, MSNBC, CNN seem to cover every Trump press conference, major chunks of Trump's rallies, right. And it's not a secret, in part because he's a front runner, but it's because the ratings are good. He's entertaining. Yeah.
So in other words, the news media is responding to the fact that people are interested and fascinated, can't get enough of Donald Trump.
That may be true, but Jeb Bush could go on any show he wants. He can come on this show, he can go on Fox News Sunday, and the next thing he's going to do, I guess, is Stephen Colbert, but that's a couple of weeks from now.
And he just did the One American Network with Sarah Palin, which was a very softball interview. I mean, I find that.
But is it our fault that Jeb Bush is not making more use of the media megaphone?
No, I don't think it's the media's fault. I think Jeb Bush is thinking at some point this candidate is going to go away, and I think that he's being very cautious. Like, I think he's sticking to his script, which is, I've got my message this week on veterans, next week it will be on something else, but he's not necessarily utilizing the media to his full advantage.
Trump is calling, he spent 35 minutes talking to a Washington Post reporter, 33 insults of Bush and his family during that time. Jeb's not calling newspaper reporters back. I'm not saying he should.
I believe that Jeb is moving into, again, almost a more traditional media approach. He's kind of going by that media campaign.
Yeah, and it's not a traditional campaign.
It's not a traditional campaign.
There's a new ground game right now, and Trump has really harnessed it very well for himself. The other candidates are trying to play catch-up.
And Jeb keeps stumbling this thing about Asian anchor babies. And you know.
He adopts the anchor babies term used by Trump, then he has to defend it, then he introduces Asians. Yeah, he has not had the best few weeks.
No, and Trump is unleashed. I mean, you know, he's not that smart. Oh, you know what? He's low energy. This is just Trump firing away. Jeb does not behave in that way. He doesn't talk that way about people.
Jeb is the only one breaking through out of the rest of the, the pack of 16, really.
Well, Ben Carson is up in the polls now. Actually, again, non-traditional candidates are taking
Juan Williams, Susan Frischio, thanks very much, Mercy. We'll see you a bit later. Ahead, we'll look at the coverage of the heartbreaking on-air murder of two young Virginia journalists. But up next, MSNBC finally dumps Al Sharpton's nightly show, and former NBC medical editor Nancy Snyderman with some chilling reflections on her Ebola ordeal.